So I've had no success with that. I mean, you could say that I could just use this tank, but inside this tank it doesn't look as good as the original one that I've got on the bike. There's quite a lot of rust in there. It doesn't look anywhere near as clean, so what I was hoping to do was take this off and have a look at it and put it on the other tank, but I can't get that off currently, so what I'll do is I'll just leave it on the tank. I'll undo this and we'll have a look at the inside of this petcock. I've got all these screws out. I'll just gently try and prise this off. I think I kind of remember doing this once before and having a bit of difficulty getting this off here. Just trying to split it. Got anything really, a little plastic screwdriver here. Let's see if we can get that in without damaging anything. Just to get started off. If not, I might just have to soak this up a little bit and just ease it off. I'll have another look at that. Might just be a case of giving it a little tap round as well. So we'll take a look at that in a second. You never know in here, there might be a full complete diaphragm, everything might look great. Right, a little bit of gentle persuasion. Actually managed to get this off just about. Let's just take a quick look. Yeah, there's a spring in here. I'll just have a quick look before I take it apart. I don't want to ruin that diaphragm either. It's just a little bit stuck to it. That's it. So there's a spring in here and a good diaphragm by the look of it. Right, I've not got a spring in mine and the diaphragm's a lot better than mine. That's why I really wish I could get this off. I might swap the tank. So there's a spring. I've obviously not had this sorted out right the first time I've done it. And it sits between this here and here, and all I can imagine it does is vibrates between the two. And it pushes it through. So what I really want to do with that then, take a look at it. It don't look amazing, but it's as a diaphragm goes, it don't look bad either for something that's, you know, going on for 30-year-old. So I think what I might just do with that is pop that back on, fasten that back on. I'm going to try and get this off this petrol tank. Might just be a case of keeping spraying it up and keeping it, having a go at it. So I can see I've got that in there. That's nice and even. Obviously the spring must do something. It must aid the vibration. I'll pop that back. We'll get a couple of screws in there, make sure it's all nice and lined up. See, this is relative to the mowers. This is just the same as putting a Briggs and Stratton diaphragm and gasket set together on a, you know, for one of the Briggs and Stratton classic engines that I'm always doing. It's the same principle. You've got the diaphragm in there as well. It's got a spring in there, which is obviously changing the pushing the fuel flow through down to the engine. And as Martin said, it's only designed to work when the bike's actually running. Just a safety feature really, to stop your crankcase filling up with fuel. I'll get that one in there. Just get one started at the other side. Just give these a little spray up a bit of a mess. Just want to get it back nipped together. Now I know it's in the correct position. And I'll tighten that up, and I'm going to have another go at getting this off that petrol tank. And I'm going to swap this for the one that's on my bike. Right, I'm having bother getting this off the bottom of here. I've looked in this tank and it doesn't look too bad. The only thing that really concerns me is the actual flow pipe that takes it into this petcock at the bottom is clean. I can sort of see in with the torch and it doesn't look too bad. I can't get it off, so what I'm going to actually try and do is I'm going to remove this sensor here and I'm going to try and have a look from the top and have a look in there and just see, make sure it all looks quite clean. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to blow it all out with a compressor, put a bit of carb spray in it, and I'm going to leave it outside when it's a sunny day. I'm going to leave it out to dry, make sure it's completely dry. I'm really hesitant to swap the tank itself, just because the other one's in slightly better condition inside. But this fuel cock is much better than the one that I've got on, so we're going to undo this. We'll take this off. We'll take these off here and we'll have a look in. If I can get to it to clean it off, I will do that. Just making sure they all come undone first, which they do. So we'll take this off. We'll have a look inside this tank. I mean, obviously with things that are as old as this, you're going to get, there's a certain amount of rust and things are going to have collected over the years. Things just don't last forever. What I don't want to see is loads of things sort of scattering about in the bottom and floating about. If I can get in here, it's actually longer than I thought. If I can get in here and have a good look round, then clean it out like that, then I will use this tank instead of the other one. Let's take this off here and see what we can have a look at in here. See if we can remove this. This is actually the float that sits in this tank. I'm not so sure it'll come out. I might have to try and unhook it or something like that. It just pulls out. Right, and what I'm trying to see inside, I don't know if I can get to film it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to film. I'm trying to make sure that this filter on here is clean and all the bottom of that isn't completely dirty. In fact, it's easy to see on the camera screen as I'm filming, so I'm just going to zoom that in. I've got a lot of light in there. Just bear with me while I press some buttons on my camera. It's a really strange thing to see and to get into clean. Yeah, there. That's the part I'm looking for. I'm just trying to focus it in so I can get really close in and take a closer look, but I don't know if my camera will allow me to go that far in. Anyway, I'll take a look. At first sight it doesn't look too bad. You can see there actually. Even from there now I can get some carb spray and I can clean that just in case it's all tarnished. And you can see the tank, there's bits in the bottom of it. It isn't too bad, but I'm going to try and get in there and give that a little bit of a clean out if I can. Just make sure it's dry and there's not loads of things floating about in the bottom of it, and it should be fine. So I'm glad I took that to bits. Worth taking a look at. I'm going to spray this up now and I'm going to clean around the bottom of it. I'm going to blow it out with the compressor and make sure it's completely dry and all the bits are out of it. I'm really hesitant to swap it over because I'm not sure these electrics work for one. I'm not sure this connects in. I'm not sure it's all working. I'm not sure the float works. I'm not sure it'll tell me how much fuel I've got in. I can rely on the one that I've already got on. I could swap this part over, swap the float over, but I can rely on the one that's been on it before. It's, you know, I've never run out of fuel and it's been nearly empty. I've gone and filled it up and it has been near the bottom. It's obviously working as it should, so little things like that I don't like to swap. But I'm going to clean this up now and then we'll do some more repairs on this bike. This is the part I was trying to film before. I've actually managed to get a better look at it just with the torch on. I've got a torch on my phone here and I've got this camera in my hand. You can see here that's where the fuel gets filtered in from, so it doesn't look too bad really. I'm going to blast it with some carb spray which should take it off any tarnished old petrol, which should be good to go really. As long as there was no, I think the last one I sort of took off, it was all covered in like fluff and hair and all sorts of strange stuff and you could hardly see it, and I was worried it was going to be like that, but it's not. So I'm going to blast this with carb spray and we'll let everything dry out.